All right. Hey there, friends. This is your gardening channel. Today, we're going to discuss the easiest way to sterilize garden water, plus why you can skip the DIY version. Now, welcome back to the channel. And today, we're talking about something that seriously can level up your seed starting game: UV water sterilizers. They sound super high tech, but they're actually one of the simplest tools you can add to your garden setup, especially if you're doing this indoors. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which kind to get, what to look for when you're shopping. And of course, I'll have these in the description section below for Amazon affiliate links that you can always click for easy use. Now let's dig in, or well, let's pour in. Why clean water matters for your plants. First, let's talk about why this is even a thing. If you've ever started seeds indoors and watched them flop over for no reason at all, or grown microgreens that turn slimy overnight, or even had baby lettuce to just give up on life, the problem might be in your water. And no, your plants aren't being dramatic. Well, maybe a little. But they're divas. After all, tap water, rainwater, barrel, well water can all carry different tiny troublemakers. We're talking about bacteria, fungal spores, algae, and other microscopic party crashers you cannot see. Now, for us humans, our tap water is treated and totally fine. Well, that's debatable. But for baby plants, especially seedlings and cutlings, those little critters can cause something called dampening off. Never heard that myself. That's a fancy term for your seedlings fell over and died and you had no idea why. Not a fun mulch experience. There's UV light that comes in. How UV light can clean your water. UV stands for ultraviolet, in case you didn't know or didn't pay attention in science class. That's the kind of light that comes from the sun that we can't see with our eyes. And think of it as the sun's invisible sidekick. There's a specific type of light called UVC that's a real cool superpower. When tiny organisms like bacteria, fungal spores get hit with that light, the light scrambles their DNA so they can't grow and multiply anymore. The bad stuff in your water gets a one-way ticket to nowhere. It's light out, little buddies. And the magic wavelength is 254 nanometers. Don't worry about memorizing that. Just know the little UVC sterilizer units are built around that exact number. The math is already done for you. You run your water through the sealed chamber with the UVC light bulb inside, and by the time it comes out on the other end, the microbes are done. No chemicals, no taste, no residue. Just cleaner water for happier plants. It's a really glow up the real glow up the store-bought than sealed unit, and that's why I definitely would recommend it. Now let's talk about the easy way. A sealed UV water sterilizer is basically a small tube with a UVC bulb inside, a water inlet on one end and the outlet on the other. You plug it in and hook it up to your water source, and that's pretty much it. No fuss, no muss, no mulch. You'll find these sorted in aquariums, hydroponics, and home water filtration. Home Depot will probably be a great place. And for most home gardeners, a small unit is only rated for a few gallons per minute. Definitely is plenty. You can run anywhere from around $200 to $60, depending on the size and brand. Not free, but not scary either. That's why I lean towards the store-bought instead of trying to do this yourself. First of all, it's completely sealed. The UVC light never shines into your own room, your eyes, or your skin. And that matters a lot because that 254 nanometers I talked about is no joke. It can cause some serious eye damage and skin burns if you're exposed to it directly, which is why a sealed unit makes the whole worry off the table. The second is tested. A manufacturer has done all the math on the flow rate, bulb strength, exposure time, so you know the water is actually getting sterilized. No guessing, no testing, no backwater, no I think I got it. And third, it's compact. These units are usually smaller than a loaf of bread. You can tuck one under a grow shelf or behind your seed starting station without rearranging your whole garage. Now don't be afraid, be over here listening to DIY people that can do it. You definitely should use a store-bought brand. Fourth is replacement bulbs are easy. When the bulb wears out, you just swap in a new one like you would do any light bulb. And you have your little indicator light to let you know when that happens. It's basically foolproof. And I say that as someone who's done plenty of foolish things in a garden, trust me. And what to look for when you're shopping now is not all UV sterilizers are built the same. So let's talk about what I actually look for when you're out browsing. A little know-how is where you can save from buying the wrong thing and have to start all over. Nobody wants to deal with that. Check that flow rate. That is how fast the water can move through the unit while it's still getting properly sterilized. Look for something rated between 1 to 3 gallons per minute for a home garden setup. If that flow rate is too high for the bulb size, well, the water moves too fast and the microbes end up surviving the trip. Basically, you just wasted your money. Remember, slow and steady wins the germ race. Look at the bulb wavelength. You want it to specifically. Remember, 254 nanometers or UVC. Some cheap units advertised as UV might actually use UVA or UVB as in boy bulbs, which look pretty, but they don't do jack for those microbes. That's like buying a watering can with no watering spout, which makes it pointless. Check for the wattage. Some home and gardens units between 6 to 25 watts is usually plenty. Bigger isn't always better. Match the wattage for your flow weight, water volume, and make sure it has a sealed quart sleeve. It's a clear tube that holds the bulb and keeps it dry while letting the UV light pass through to the water. Quartz is better than regular glass because it lets more UVC through. The unit doesn't mention a quart sleeve. Keep scrolling. Look for a bulb life indicator. That's a little light or a counter that tells you when it's time to swap out that bulb. Super helpful because UVC fades long before the visible glow does. Without an indicator, you're basically guessing, lying in the dark. Check the fittings and make sure the inlet and outlet matches your tubing or hose. Some home units use 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch fittings. Bring a tape measure to your existing hose or your existing hose to the hardware store if you're not sure. And finally, read the reviews. I tell my wife this all the time when we order stuff on Amazon. Hopefully she's not watching this video. Look for the comments of Omaha home gardeners or hydroponic folks. They'll tell you the real story about how easy it is to install, how often the bulbs burn out, and whether the company actually answers when you have a question to set up for your store-bought unit. Setting one of these up is generally simple. Find a spot near your water source and a power outlet, a shelf, counter, wall unit. All works fine. Connect your incoming water line to that inlet side. Could come from a filtered faucet, a small pump, a rain barrel, a gravity fed tank. It doesn't matter. Connect the outlet side to where your clean water is going. Watering can, a reservoir, straight to your seedling tray. Your choice. Make sure your water is filtered before it hits the UV unit. UV can't reach microbes hiding behind dirt or sediment, so a basic sediment filter in the front of the sterilizer is a must. Clean water in, clean water out. Cloudy water, no pee water. Plug it in, turn it on, let the water flow at the rate the unit recommends. That's it, you're done. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, you know what I mean. And the DIY version. So a quick over. Some of you are gonna ask, well, can I just build one? And an honest answer is yeah, technically. But the general idea is a wooden box with clear tubing snaked back and forth inside, and a separate metal box on top of holding 3 UVC light bulbs shining down on the tubing. Man, come on, man. The water flows to that tubing slowly. The light kills the microbes. The clean water comes out on the other end. Yeah, it works, but it really does, but I really wouldn't recommend it for beginners. The bulbs are exposed inside that metal box. You open it up when the lights are on, even for a second. There's too much risk to damage your eyes, and we don't recommend it as a channel. It can burn your skin. You'd be surprised how easy it is to forget to unplug something before you check on it. The wiring is on you. 3 UV light bulbs need to be wired correctly with the right connections. If you're not controlling the electrical work, it's a real safety risk. So why risk it, man? We grow plants here, not regrets. I love that statement, man. There's no way to know if it actually works without testing. And a store-bought unit, you know the flow rate matches the light bulb power. With the DIY build, you're guessing, man, and it's just not really worth the risk. You want to grow stuff. You don't want to tend to regretting and growing a fire. That's what we don't want here. The DIY version is also 2x4 foot box with another box on top. That's a lot of real estate for something that you can replace with a unit the size of a thermos. So if you're an experienced builder who loves a weekend project and you know your way around wiring, hey, that might be for you. But for everyone else, please do yourself a favor and grab a sealed unit. Your eyes, your skin, how beautiful it is. Your seedlings will all thank you, and so will your electric bill. A few tips: no matter what route you go, always filter your water first. Remember, always use filtered water to actually water your plants. Replace your UV bulb once a year, and if it looks too bright, the germ-killing weight-lift fades long before the visible glow does. Remember that. Test your sterilized water once in a while and make sure it's doing its job. Keep the unit somewhere kids and pets can't mess with it. Curious paws and curious kiddos do not mix with electrical gadgets. Remember that always. Safety tip. Wrapping everything up. There you have it, folks. UV water sterilization the easy way. Your seedlings, microgreens, your eyes, and your skins will all but be happier with clean water. It's still one of those small upgrades that make a big difference, and you don't need to be handy to pull it off. I hope you've really gotten some value out of this. I learned something new. I didn't know about this concept and topic until I explored a little bit more, and I really want you to get off to a great start. I'm Phil Davis. Make sure you hit that follow button, like, share, subscribe, and tell us how your growing's going. And if you bought the product, again, my Amazon section, affiliate links will be in the description section below. And also grab my book while you're on the way out. I'll have a link to it where it can talk about how you can look at land, understand land, grow land, and you can start your gardening journey while you're owning property. Thanks again. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. That's it, folks. You can go to Ancestry Lands to start owning property today with payments starting at $250 a month, no credit checks, and owning land has never been easier. It's time to build your land portfolio one property at a time. We help you to get dollars from dirt and build generational wealth by owning small plots of affordable vacant land. Contact us to learn more. Oh, and speaking of dollars from dirt, I also wrote a book about investing in land for you readers out there. My book, Getting Dollars from Dirt, A Beginner's Guide to Vacant Land Investing, is on Amazon. The link is in the description section below. Inside, you'll learn simple, easy to read insights that will have you understanding why you should own land today. For more tips and tricks, subscribe for updates, comment below, and let us know what you enjoyed about this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
And remember, like and subscribe.